done means nothing. In this video, I will walk you through how adding proof of work instead could make you close more effectively. Let's get started. I prepare a simple task, a bad example, a good example, and a recap. The task is about updating client proposal with revised pricing. The three changes here: updating the monthly retainer from a lower price to a higher price, adding discount for annual payment, updating total summary on a different page, and then sending that updated version to a collaborator for final approval. The PDF should be updated. We should receive a confirmation from our collaborator, and we should have a before and after comparison of the pricing table. I think this is pretty straightforward. Then suddenly you receive a comment that it is done. Is it actually done? Is it partially done? Is it completely done? Is it done correctly or incorrectly? We cannot tell just from this comment. Is this a good example or a bad example? It is a bad example. Let's go through why. I put this side by side so that we can compare the list of deliverables versus the done comment just by itself. We really cannot compare because there is no additional notes on what was actually done. That's the first big issues. But let's dive deeper. First, we wanted to make three changes: increase the price, add the annual discount, and also update the total summary. There is no really proof of any of those. There was also an ask about before and after comparison. It was not provided, so even if the PDF was provided, the reviewer or the collaborator has to actually open the PDF themselves, find the changes, and verify between the old and the new. There is no confirmation of delivery to Sarah. There was no handoff. Sarah might never know that she has the new PDF to review. So the ball is sitting in the middle of the court, which means it's floating, and progress is delayed even though the task might already be done. Because there is nothing for the reviewer to work with, the only option is to actually ask what exactly was done, and this results in waste of people's time because we have to chase updates from others that is totally unnecessary. Lastly, zooming out, this ticket has a new status while progress has been made, and the status is done. So the incorrect status creates a confusion for any team member, not only the assignee and the reviewer, but anyone else who might come and visit this ticket. So this one word done creates 6 problems, and the task looks abandoned, and nobody can trust that it's done correctly without doing a lot more work to verify that. Now let's look at a good example. Not only I say that it was done, but I say exactly what was updated. The monthly retainer was changed, the annual discount is changed, the total summary is changed. There's a before and after of the pricing table, which is very clear. The PDF was generated, sent to Sarah at a specific time, and then, most importantly, the ball was passed to Sarah that it is ready for review, with a call to action that the person can respond to. The same comparison side by side between the deliverable versus the expectations. Now let's dive into why this is a good example. We have a list of what changed, we have the before and after proof, we have the confirmation of even timestamp that removes any doubt that delivery happened. The ball was passed by that mention, and if we zoom out on the ticket, the status is in review because the assignee is done here, passed the ball, then the status becomes in review. Lastly, there is zero follow-up needed because in the above comment there is no ambiguity on what was accomplished, and all the items requested in the ticket description was all completed. No questions, no back and forth, no wasted time. So let's recap. When someone comments done on a task, we actually know nothing. As I asked earlier, was it done? Was it done wrong? Done partially? Because we have no information to go by, to go from, we have to follow up, ask questions, and waste everyone's time in the process. So done without proof puts the burden on the reviewer to figure out what happened. The principle here that I want to highlight is that we should supplement the done comment with what exactly was done, so that we can easily compare the initial list of what is expected versus what we actually delivered. And then, since we mostly work in teams, passing the ball to the collaborator can help them verify without having us in the room. So I created two examples: bad example that just says done, and then the good example with the itemized changes with some proof and screenshots. So there are three formats that we can use for our proof of work. The first one, that is the most simple, is text. This is useful if it is a yes or no, or something that is very simple that does not require much visual. The second type for proof of work is screenshot or image. This is when text is not sufficient to describe the change. For example, I can say that I make the button green, but there are many different types of green, and if we are not verifying it with a visual, we might incorrectly change the color, let's say to blue, and nobody would know. Lastly, sometimes if you are trying to reproduce an issue, if you are trying to describe something that is very complex, we might have to write super long text or adding a bunch of screenshots that still may not describe the issues thoroughly enough. Because when we take a snapshot of a text or an image, they are static within a snapshot, and we might be missing the context on what goes on before and after a specific screenshot, and the video walkthrough with especially the audio will really help in terms of explaining what was done. Lastly, I want to highlight the benefit of adding proof of work, because everything is already right there together with your deliverable. There will be less back and forth. Collaboration will be streamlined because I completed my part, I give it to you. If you have any feedback, you can give it back to me. we remove the ambiguity out of the equation so we can really focus on the substance of what we are discussing. As a bonus, I have found myself producing better output from catching our own mistakes in the process, especially when I do video walkthrough. For example, when I do this exercise and I talk through end to end of what I actually delivered, I might realize that, oh, actually I missed the second item on the list. Oh, I should have used that component, but then I use this component. Oh, it should be 2300, but I put 2400. So by doing the walkthrough and preparation of this proof of work, we are confirming first to ourselves that things work out, and then when our collaborator or reviewer receive the ball from us, they don't have to start from scratch. They know exactly what to review, and if they need to go deeper, they have the proof of work to kind of go from. So the next time that you're completing a task, add the proof of work before you hit the done button. Thank you.